really hone in on discerning between what's judgment and what's an accountability measure. Because accountability, we all need that. Accountability is what keeps us grounded. Yo, at the right old age of 25, I'm now learning the difference between judgment and accountability. So with judgment, anybody can judge any situation or person with limited information. I don't need no context, I don't need no insight, I don't need no details. I can still pass a judgment about who did what, why they did it, how it was done. It really does not matter what the truth was or what the facts are. I can still pass a judgment based on how I perceive the situation or how I perceive the individual or the group of individuals. Accountability, however, let's say I agreed to do something for someone else. If I do not do that thing correctly or it does not meet the predetermined guidelines, then for someone to point that out, that's them holding me accountable for what I said I was going to do. If I'm being held accountable for something that I was expected to do, then I can't misconstrue that for judgment. Judgment is accountability without expectations or without mutually agreed upon expectations. So when I think about people judging other people, the person doing the judging has their own preconceived notions, their own set of expectations that the person being judged is completely unaware of. There's nothing that tethers the person doing the judging to the person who's being judged. The only thing that matters is how the person doing the judging perceives the situation, and the person being judged is at the mercy of the individual who is doing the evaluation. Here's where I have run into a lot of trouble. I would find myself, and this isn't like, back in the day, when I was 13, no, this is like very recent past. Like over the past 2 years, I've been unpacking how I pass judgment and how I discern between judgment and accountability, and how I'm learning to adjust my expectations about different situations and about how different people should act or how people should move accordingly. When I really peel back the layers and the dimensions of how I be judging people and situations, really my judgment is more of a reflection of me and my perceptions rather than a reflection of the situation or the people that I'm judging. So I gotta really be careful about when I pass judgment, whether solicited or unsolicited. I gotta really take a step back and think, well, why am I passing the judgment like this? And why am I evaluating a situation like this? And oftentimes, some judgments can be productive, but then other times that judgment is really just me projecting my insecurities onto somebody else or onto a situation. And that's not always a good thing. Actually, I'm hard pressed to find a time when me projecting my insecurities onto somebody else is a good thing. No, that doesn't add up. It's not a good thing. But making that clear distinction between judgment and accountability is crucial because, especially when I'm the one being held accountable, I have to really discern between judgment and accountability. When I'm being held accountable, it's not the greatest feeling in the world. I'm gonna just be completely honest about that. Anytime somebody call me out on my faults or on my shortcomings, it's gonna sting a little bit. It's gonna sting a little bit. But if the person who's holding me accountable is somebody that really cares about my well-being, they want to see me thrive, they're doing it from a place of love rather than a place of malice or from a place of judgment, that accountability piece and understanding when I'm on the receiving end of being held accountable, that's really crucial for like personal growth and development and the maturation process. Because when you can digest critical feedback, whether somebody's breaking down your shortcomings or your successes, I find it very important to be able to take it all, but then also take it all with a grain of salt and understand that whatever judgments or accountability measures that I'm receiving is not 100% perfect, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perception of the world is 100% perfect. Humans are flawed to the core, but just understanding that I need accountability measures as well. No matter how perfect I think I am or how much I want to externalize, like, oh, well, I didn't do it like what they did, so it makes my mistake better because, self-serving biases. But really tuning into what other people do have to say about me and really tuning into separating the foolishness from the valid accountability measures and valid critiques and valid room for growth that somebody's just pointing out. That is a very key piece of self-awareness and a key piece of just navigating relationships and navigating how to interact with others and how to craft my identity and how I just move throughout the world. Because if I'm moving throughout the world as if I'm the best thing since sliced bread, I'm all that in a bag of chips, and can't nobody tell me nothing, and my ego is directing my path, and my pride is the only thing that is keeping me afloat, come on, how far am I really gonna go with that? And even if I do go, quote unquote, far, for me, I know good and well that won't be a fulfilling journey. So, key point. Don't hold on to people's judgments of you, because oftentimes people are passing judgment with limited information anyway. And no matter how much we would prefer that anybody who passes judgment has all the information, has all the background context, has all of the details necessary to accurately judge whatever I'm doing or whatever the situation is that I'm involved in, that's unrealistic. Now, there's another key point. Really hone in on discerning between what's judgment and what's an accountability measure. Because accountability, we all need that. Accountability is what keeps us grounded. So I'll leave you with this. When you let people hold you accountable, you may be surprised at what happens next.